that we are working on is 600 hectares of land. It also belongs to NASA, who are the financial partners as well as the owners of the land. LMVI is the technical partner. We are governed by a board of 10 board members, and here on the farm we are led by our MD. In front, our main target is Angola, which has shown potential in a good market price. On the international front, our main target market is the management comprises of 5 guys and a staff complement of almost 55 casual workers, which I think about half, a third to half of them are now permanent workers with the farm. So our core main business is goat genetics, goat meat goats. And then our major markets that we are targeting, our target markets is the domestic markets, then the regional markets, and the international markets. On the domestic market, we are targeting your abattoirs, we are targeting the chain store supermarkets, we are also targeting the top-end restaurants, as well as the middle-income earners, which is supplied per week into the UAE. It's $7 per kg for both the choice and super grade meats, at a weight break of between 70 cents to $1.50 per kg per ton. Currently, we have a production capacity to look after 5,000 chickens, after 5,000 hens. So we'll be selling live hens, we'll be selling meat cuts, we'll be selling the viscera as well, which includes the heads, the feet and the intestines, as well as manure. For both the beds, the hens and the layers. And the layers, after they've reached their productive stage, obviously, they will also be sold for meat. And the table eggs will be selling at also prices. Yeah, like any other project, you are going to meet challenges. The first challenge that we have had here is the issue of artisanal small-scale miners. But however, we have engaged them personally. Myself, as the marketing and sales team and the farm operations manager, of course, with the consent of our managing director, we've engaged some of them together with him, where we have sat down and said, can we please see your papers? Show us that you are registered with the Ministry of Mines and you have authentic papers that can be verified through the Ministry of Mines, that we have a legal right to be settled where you are settled, and our genetics are going to be exported into the UAE, and we have to adhere to stringent practices so that we can get the certifications that will actually allow us to compete in the global market. So that being the case, I think half of them were compliant, then the other half promised to come back and they never came back. They have since run away and deserted their mines. Then the second one is regards to the land degradation. We've seen a lot of pits were being dug by artisanal small-scale miners who were searching for gold nuggets using their gold detectors. I believe there are different types, Garmin, GPXs and the likes. So those ones is just a matter of reclamation. Just those need to just be reclaimed. Just a matter of taking the pick and closing back those holes and reclaiming them. Then the third challenge that we might have here will have to do with the water. Of course, we have to go vertical for the water. We have to go around 70 meters for the water. However, there is a dam which bounds this farm just on the eastern side, Pepperswan Dam. But the cost of conveying water from the dam to the field edge here is quite expensive. We're looking at slightly more than 100,000. This water will have to be conveyed for a distance of 2.7 kilometers. We're saying we want to develop our own pastures now. They will feed on our pastures. We are cognizant of that. The goats need protein, they need minerals, vitamins, energy and water. And we are going to plant crops that can supply those nutrients in the correct quantities. Then apart from that, that is a higher level issue of course. So, but the board I've heard through the MD, they've approved our request to put up a feed processing facility here in the farm. We have to construct an export abattoir that is halal certified. So our competitors, Ethiopia, Kenya, Tanzania, and South Africa. South Africa is 6 accredited by the Ministry of Climate Change and Environment in Dubai. 6 are accredited and approved abattoirs, but none of them are exporting goat meat. Tanzania has 4 approved abattoirs, but none of them is also exporting goat meat. Kenya has 4 approved abattoirs, all of them are exporting goat meat. Ethiopia is 6 abattoirs, 37, all of them are also exporting goat meat. And not only that, we are saying in SADC, the only other country that has abattoirs that are approved for exportation of meats to Dubai is South Africa, but they're not exporting any goat meat. They're exporting beef, a little bit of pork, and treated eggs, heat-treated eggs. Yes, here on the farm we're just doing 3. We are doing 2 exotic breeds and 1 indigenous breed. The exotic breeds are the Boer goat. So in phase 1 we're going to have 200 females and 15 males. Then the Kalahari Reds, this is also an exotic breed. The Boer goat was developed in the Eastern Cape of South Africa. Then of course there's more Boer goats in China, Australia and America than there is in Africa now. But the semen and the embryos were actually smuggled out of South Africa through Zimbabwe to go to the Western world. But Boer wasn't getting genetics down. They had to be smuggled through our forest borders to where they are now. Then we have the Kalahari Reds, which was developed in Namibia. Some of the deficits of Namibia. In terms of agrotourism, we are going to be showcasing our activities, what we are going to be doing here, because our project is 4-pronged in terms of industry. First of all, we are going to be doing what is called primary industrial production, where we are going to be producing our own inputs that we feed into the production process. For example, the maize, the soybeans, the grasses, the goats themselves are going to go for slaughter. Then secondary production, this one receives the inputs from the primary production industrial stage and processes them. Maybe this is where the value addition and beneficiation of things come in place. Where we are now processing the maize into bran, into jam, into grits. Now we are frying the soya beans, then extruding the oil out, and the soya meal is being processed and mixed with your TBs or your premixes to give you a fully fledged conventional meal, which we processed here on the farm. The goats are going to be slaughtered here on the farm. They are going to be packaged, processed and packaged here on the farm, and also geographically indexed here on the farm. Then we're also doing a secondary industry. Secondary industry, so primary, secondary, tertiary industry. Tertiary industry, we are going to be selling services. Our services include the trainings, consultancy, construction works, etc., etc. Then there's quaternary. The quaternary will involve research and development. Well, now it's no more research and development, it's research, innovation and development.